Hello there, Sagittarius. Welcome to DragonTaleTarot. My name is Ariel, and this is your April 2021 Tarot, Astrology, and Oracle reading. I hope you all are doing wonderful out there. I always love seeing my Sagittarius folks out in the channel, and I hope that this finds you well. Sagittarius, as always, keep in mind that these readings are general. They're not going to resonate with every single one of you out there, so take what makes sense and leave the rest behind. Mostly these will correspond with Sagittarius Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising, so do check your personal natal chart to get even more understanding on the placements and how those coordinate with these readings sign by sign. If you're interested in a personal reading with me, would like any information on the card decks that I use in my sessions, or if you would like to leave a donation for the channel, all those links and information are down below in the description box. Thank you so much as well to my new and returning subscribers, and if you have not yet done so, I always invite you to reach out there, hit the subscribe button, and join the Dragon family. We would love to have you as part of the group. So let me go ahead and start out with some oracle for this month for Sagittarius. We're going to get a few ideas to start our reading out, themes and information about where you're at coming up for April 2021. Dear angels, divine beings of light, guardians, ancestors, please show us what you have for our Sagittarians out there, whatever information or guidance that they need most for their highest good for April 2021, this month ahead. Thank you so much, as always, for your help. Ooh, I like this. So Sagittarius, your first card, your main theme of the month of April is openness. We have this big full moon with all these constellations outlined behind there. I see Capricorn. I see maybe there's a couple different ones I can recognize. I was just saying, can I see Sagittarius constellation in that card? But anyway, Sag, this is definitely about openness. Being emotionally available, opening up the subconscious part of yourself as the moon rules those subconscious emotions. If you happen to be somebody who has the moon in Sagittarius, you might really resonate with this feeling. So keeping an open mind, keeping an open heart to let new experiences in and to understand your deeper subconscious emotions. Since that full moon is so dramatic on that card, I would also say that the full moon coming up this month may be very strong for you indeed. That will be our full moon in not in Sagittarius, that will be actually next month, but this month is the full moon in Scorpio. That will be April 26th. That's a Monday, and so you might want to note that down, that that's that full moon. And because it is in Scorpio, it will be in your universal 12th house, Sagittarius. You will definitely feel that full moon on a deep psychic spiritual level. Wow. So let's get into your crystal and chakra card. Let's see which of these stones or gems are calling to you this month. Ooh, I like this one. Okay, apophyllite is the crystal coming out for you this month, Sagittarius. This is all about connection, third eye and crown chakras. So those higher chakras of spiritual awareness, messages coming through. This to me, you know, combined with that openness and the card of connection, this crystal of connection, this is really saying that April is a big month for you to be open, to be connecting, to letting divine guidance and intuitions and epiphanies kind of work their magic in your life. Very interesting. Now let's get into the Keepers of the Light Oracle. I'm going to pull one spirit guide for you to work with this month in particular. And let's see who is coming up for you, Saggy. This is a really interesting read so far. I like this one. Charity, prayer, and contemplation. My goodness. So connect with heaven, ask and you shall receive. I love this spirit guide of Charity. She is actually one that came up for me when I did my own personal read for the whole year ahead. And I really love her energy so much. But look at this. These three cards that we're starting out with: openness, connection, and yet again, more connection, prayer, reflection, intuition. This is beautiful. To me, there feels like some kind of real divine guidance or intuitions or even messages from your ancestors or spirit guides or angels coming through this month of April. So let's take a peek at the astrology. I just have the chart printed out here for the month of April. I also made a bunch of little notes so that I can share with you what I feel you need to most know for your sign by sign. So right now, Sagittarius, I will say that this is a powerful flow of energy that you find yourself in, because we do have a lot of Aries energy. Aries is a fellow fire sign to you, and so it really does energize your sign with a lot of good energy, makes you feel very creative, really activates your heart chakra quite a bit. So that's something you're going to be feeling throughout the month. As we shift later into April, going past the 19th, that's when we move into the sign of Taurus, which is much more grounded, more earthy, more stabilizing. And it'll start to manifest into tangible form the things that you are dreaming about, thinking about, working out. So not a whole lot of retrogrades. We're not dealing with retrogrades this month, except for Pluto going retrograde at the very end of the month. But I will point out that your personal planet, Jupiter, is still moving along in the sign of Aquarius. So that is very forward-looking, very futuristic, independent, altruistic, humanitarian, and definitely tuned into the mass consciousness. I'll also point out as well, the new moon cycle will be starting in Aries on the 11th of April, and that will be a very nice 2-week cycle of growth, regeneration, and rebirth. So going forward into your tarot reading, let's go ahead and get started on that. We're going to do a full Celtic cross read for you here today, Sagittarius, and I'm going to be using the Angel Wisdom Tarot and clarifying with the Modern Witch. So Spirit, please, let's see what we have in the tarot messages for our awesome Sagittarians out there. Wow. Oh, I like it. I like this. All right, so Sagittarius, right in the center. You know, I think there's a lot of Leo activation going on. I really do. A big reason for this would be because you've got that Aries energy moving, and it is activating that 5th house for you, right? And so this is at the center of your Celtic cross is the Strength card, a very strong Leo energy, very heart-ruled, very creative. It reminds you that you're stronger than you know. This is personal power and assertiveness, portrayed with kindness and compassion. It is also, to me, the balance of our physical existence here on earth, symbolized by the lion, combined with our inner intuition and our divine, side of ourselves, our spirit, our internal spirit. And so these two come together to create what we are. And so many times you'll see the image of the woman or, the lady that symbolizes spirit, calming that lion down, because that's often our process throughout life. Is just, we have, our physical body, we have emotions and jealousies and upsets and anger and frustration, all those kind of things. And that symbol of spirit is our higher mind, kind of calming those things down. So, we work with that every single day. So there is a lot of energy of balance in the card of strength. And many times, in the strength card, you'll see that they don't put it in this one, but you'll see the infinity symbol, over her head, because it's like, let's balance. Let's calm it down, lion. You will be okay. Look at this. I like that in this card, she's actually putting the crown on the lion. So let's clarify this strength card. It's a very nice card. It is actually one of my personal favorites from the major arcana. It's the number 8. In that lineup, and I love that card. So let's see what we've got here on top of it. The 8 of Cups. Ooh, so Sagittarius, You might be really digging deep and finding some strength to leave something or someone behind, or to, you know, move forward from somewhere that you've been for a long time. So this, because the Eight of Cups is that feeling of moving past something or letting go of something that is no longer emotionally or spiritually fulfilling to you, and listening to your higher mind and guidance about that. Sagittarius, you are quite a traveler of the zodiac, so this might not be anything huge or major, but I feel like it takes a little bit of courage. There's something in your life right now that's taking a little bit extra strength for you to pull up stakes or pull your heart out of a situation and kind of say, you know what, this is okay, but, or maybe it's not okay. For some of you, it won't be an okay situation. And you're just saying, there's something more that I want. There's something more out there for me that I need. In the immediate past, we do have the awakening, the same as the Hanged Man card. So I do feel that you've already been coming from a place where you've been seeing things from different perspectives. You've been sacrificing some things. You may have been going through a little bit of a spiritual trial by fire, because the Hanged Man is often a bit of an uncomfortable situation, but it really forces us to release and sacrifice and let go of something that hasn't been good for us in the past. There's another big tap on the shoulder as, oh my goodness, yes. Okay, this isn't a little tap, this is like a shove. We've got the Hanged Man on top of the Hangman here, Sagittarius. So, oh my goodness, this immediate past for you has been definitely strong. This doesn't happen much in the readings where you double the same card on top of each other. And so to me, this is very strong energy. You might have felt like you were just stuck for a while, like you just couldn't get yourself out of a situation for a while, but certain things have had to be released in order for you to continue to move forward. It's Pisces energy in that Hanged Man card. It's really that energy of Neptune. Neptune is the planetary ruler of that card, so it definitely can deal with some cloudiness, some confusion as to where to go, what decision to make that's right for you. And it kind of having, it's almost like, the divine putting us in a spiritual timeout and just saying, you got to wait it out. You got one thing hasn't completely closed, the next thing hasn't come in. And it's interesting because, of course, the cycle before Aries is Pisces. So during that Pisces Sun Sagittarius, y'all might have felt very stuck, and that wouldn't surprise because Pisces is the square to your sign. It is one of the more challenging seasons for Sagittarius. So you could say, late February through most of March, you might have been feeling just really, really stuck. And now you're saying, all right, it's time for me to regroup, get my courage up, get my strength together, and make those moves, make those decisions, getting out of that Hanged Man tree, going into the immediate future, though it is going to require some rest, some meditation. I think you've been going through a lot, whether it's internal, external, or a combination of both, Sagittarius, and this is really saying you do need some downtime to reflect, to meditate, to regroup, because you've been fighting a hard battle. And so it's time to get some rest. You might be just mentally exhausted, physically exhausted from everything that you've been working on. Yep. Okay. I mean, this does not get any clearer. This is a fabulous, clear reading because we've got the Hermit card sitting on top of the Four of Swords. If there was ever a directive for taking time out and pulling into your own energy and getting straight on where you want to go, this is it. Because our Hermit card is rest, reflection, focused on your ultimate truth. Yeah, and even though the Hermit card is technically a Virgo card in the tarot, I always feel an energy of Sagittarius around the Hermit as well, because you to me are such that energy of pioneering spirit, going off on that quest, that spiritual journey, sometimes on your own, to really get clear about yourself and find your personal and ultimate goals and truth. So don't feel afraid to take some downtime. Do those reflective things that you need to do. Meditate, journal, take some trips of a spiritual nature, somewhere you just feel really drawn to go, because all of this is going to be great for your personal healing. The Hermit is all about personal healing from the inside out. What you've been focused on subconsciously is this Four of Cups. So Sagittarius, this is something where you've probably been feeling stuck. Yet again, there's that stuck feeling. But it may be that you've been so focused on the things that haven't worked out, because this is your card of focus. This is what you've been really looking at. You may have been really focusing so much on the things that aren't going right, or feeling like, oh, how can I fix it? How can I fix it? That you've been missing those little taps on the shoulder, right? From your angels, from your guides that are saying, Sagittarius, over here, there's something better for you. So that may be, it's maybe time to look up from the thing that's had so much of your focus. You know, that's really it. It can also be a symbol of somebody that's been putting you on hold. And if that's the case, and you've just been really focused on them, and it's like, why won't they connect? Why do they stand me up? Why don't they call me back? Sagittarius, it is time. It is time to let go, even if it's temporarily, and go do a little vision work, a little spiritual work, and focus on your own energy and healing your own self. Yeah, oh, yeah. It's something that's been very heartbreaking to you too. Like, you've been really, really super focused on it. Like, you know, it's been consuming you. It's been something that's really been aching your heart, something that's just really been shaking you up. So Sagittarius, speaking of shaking, I'm just going to shake those swords out of my Sagittarius heart. Get out, get out. Because I love you guys. I don't want you to be hurting, and I don't want you to be focusing on someone that's hurting you. So it's really, if you've been finding yourself in that hangman tree, sitting under that darn tree, focusing at those empty cups, I want you to look around and notice all the abundance around you. And I think Spirit wants that too, because crowning this red message from Spirit is the Nine of Pentacles. This is like a radiant, vibrant being, you know, somebody that's really happy just within themselves, whether they're single, coupled, whatever the situation in their love life or their, you know, friendship life may be. Like, they're happy within themselves. They're growing their garden. They're growing their business. They're growing their life. They're flourishing. They're radiant. They're seeing the bigger picture. And that is what Spirit wants for you. And so do I. So let's get into your clarifier on that Nine of Pentacles, please. And look at that. Yes. Oh, I love it. So Sagittarius, there's a lot of energy of moving forward in this reading. So if somebody's not being right with you, if somebody's not connecting with you the way you want them to, it is definitely time to look into your options, move forward. Don't focus so intensely on this one thing, because there's our Chariot card. That is, again, that's a Cancer card. It's ruled by the moon, and you had that big full moon come out. So to me, this is, again, learning those two intense sides of yourself. And you had it, you know, with the Strength card, learning the two intense sides of yourself, those deeper emotions, along with your spiritual being, the yin and the yang, the feminine and the masculine, all those sides of who you are, and mastering those emotions so that you can drive forward with confidence and not letting your emotions just run roughshod all over you. Wow, what a reading. Let's get into your advice, Sagittarius. Let's see what Spirit has to offer as ways to move with this. What should you do? What should you do? This one just feels so strong to me. I don't know what it is, Saggy. This is some of these, sometimes you do these reads and you just feel it like, ooh. So, suggested approach, King of Wands. Go after what you want. Focus on your happiness. Focus on feeling upbeat, taking action, going forward. We are in Aries season. This is definitely, you know, action and fire time. So it's motivational, inspiring, ambitious, stepping into the leadership role, stepping into the spotlight, and keeping your eyes on the bigger picture. Very important. Sagittarius, you are a sign that always looks at the bigger picture. You may have got sidetracked, or you may have gotten, you know, into something where someone or some situation has just really like absorbed you, right? It's really taken your focus away from everything else. And so this is reminding you to see the bigger picture again. King of Wands is also like the minor arcana emperor. You know, it's the Aries energy. So it is about taking action. It is about loving yourself, and putting yourself first, if you've really been needing to do that. Two of Wands, and yes, open up your window of opportunity. Yes, because our Two of Wands is all about checking out new ideas, where to go, what are my options, and what you need to know. Yeah, look at this. It's telling you, Sagittarius, yeah, you have been going through some hard times, some heartbreaks, some disappointments, some loss, some ups and downs. You may be standing at the river of tears. You may need to be, grieving and doing some work internally. And there's nothing wrong with doing that. But I don't want you to focus so much on the negative that you don't see anything else good, the hidden blessings, and the Two Cups right behind you that could be standing still, waiting there to help heal you and move you forward. And look at that. Ooh, we have our Magician card coming out. So this is very much about changing your perspective, changing your reality. Sagittarius, I would never tell somebody not to mourn or grieve or work through their emotions, not at all. But at the same time, this is a very beautiful new beginning kind of card, and it's all about you bringing all of your talents, abilities, and resources to the table and saying, what can I create out of this? Hopes and fears card, yeah, Four of Pentacles. So you may very much be, struggling with letting something go that you've been holding on to in the heart space. This could be, for some of you, this is a relationship. For some of you, it's a job, or something that you feel is very connected, to you making a living, and you're really weighing this very heavily. Should I stay? Should I go? And there is a fear, like, either way, like there's that fear of like, oh my gosh, if I leave this relationship, will I find somebody, better? If I leave this job, will I find something better? So I don't want you to fall into a scarcity, fear or worry, because sometimes that can be what this is about. And you're really hoping for something better, though. You're really hoping for improvement. And we have the Lovers. So, Sagittarius, for most of you, I do feel this is a love situation. Not for all, because this could be work as well. But for a lot of you, I just feel that because of this Lovers card coming out. Gemini energy, of course, on our Lovers card. So this can be about communication and decision making as well. And sometimes it is about, should I stay with this person? Should I stay with that person? Who should I choose? That may be for some of you as well. Outcome card, Sagittarius, is our Magician card coming up again. Yes, this was there in the earlier part of that too, so we got the Magician twice on this reading. This is Gemini energy, Virgo energy. It is mental air communication energy, the way you think, the way you process information. So to me, this again, it's all about creating new realities, and it is telling you that you have the power to do that, right? It really is. It's like you can't put this off on anyone else. It's really truly up to you to create this new reality for yourself, to create those tangible results. If you don't like something, it's time to shift it. It's time to move it. That's the way that works. Let's get into a clarifier on this Magician. Page of Wands. Yeah, this is really the start of new beginnings. It truly is, no matter what form those take. But to me, this is you really coming to the forefront. This is another very strong Aries card, by the way, this Page of Wands. It's also, to me, being happier. It really is, because the Page of Wands is a return of joy. It's joyfulness, it's happiness, greater optimism, vitality, energy returning. So I do feel like you're going to be getting a lot of energy when it comes to, let's create something new. Let's create something that's good and bright. Let's get out of that old heartbreak energy and move into a place where you're pretty content with yourself no matter what happens. Oh my goodness, on the bottom of the first deck, we have the Two of Wands again. So that's come out twice. Again, this is one door opening, another door closing. You may be choosing between two options, starting something fresh and brand new, sometimes by yourself, sometimes with a partner. On the bottom of the second deck, we have the Page of Swords. So to me, this is new information, new communication. You may be getting a lot of text and a lot of phone calls this month ahead here. So let's get an affirmation for you on this, Sagittarius. Ooh, I like it. One with the sun, so be the light. And it's interesting that we have this because we had that strength card. You've got that Leo house energy being activated very strongly this month, and that is all solar ruled. So be one with the sun, be the light. You're also the moon. You're both. It's a balance of the masculine and feminine. You're really bringing in those two sides. But I think that right now, yeah, you do need this lighthearted energy, this happier energy. This could literally also just be telling you to get out more, Leo. Get out into the sun. Funny enough, it's a number 5 on this card. And that is the house that's being activated universally for you right now. So Sagittarius, hope you enjoyed this. This was an incredible reading. I have to say this is actually one of my favorites that I've done so far. It's very dynamic. It really, really is. There's a lot of power in here. So remember to rest, remember to reflect. But this is also a month of great energy and movement. And getting you back into a self-empowered place. So I hope to see you again soon. I'll be back with more readings and live streams. And in the meantime, take care, y'all.